It's all just fun and games. Chill, dude.
Sorry, no past videos yet. I've been super busy with work and watching Amber has had a negative effect on my mood, unfortunately. Who knew that watching someone gaslight, manipulate and be all around toxic could cause such a trigger? It really does matter what type of media one consumes. Amber is in it with yet another clickbait title and teary-eyed thumbnail, so let's see what's going on with her. In her last video we were left with a cliffhanger, so I'm guessing that's what this video is about, and her title plus thumbnail is just here to get the clicks. Let's see what this is about. Buckle up, pumpkin, we are going for a ride.
Hello, welcome to a new video. So in this video, we're gonna do like assumptions about me. I have done a video like this before. I've done quite a few. This was a popular thing that like YouTubers did years ago, but like sometimes I like to bring back the old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You should click off. It's not going to be anything serious. God, she's really desperate for money, huh?
So that's what this video is. I went onto Instagram and I was like, y'all, send me assumptions. Like, what do you assume about me? I need to know. So let me either clarify, deny, or admit. So let's get into it.
Let's get through a couple of questions first to set the mood, but if it's going to be the same old, we're gonna start skipping and getting just the juicy ones. I won't make you sit through her narcissist Q&A where she's only trying to cause outrage.
You currently have cellulitis and that is why you are not filming. No, that is not true. I haven't had cellulitis for months, thankfully. I told you guys that I originally stopped filming because I just wanted a break. I wanted to spend time with Tommy. Plus this time of year, I always get in this weird, like depressive state and I do come out of it. So that's like the thing where it's like, I was holding on to that. I was like, I'm gonna come out of it. I wanna enjoy my time with Tommy. I also just like don't wanna film. There's just been like a lot that's been going on within like my life and within YouTube. And I'm like, I just don't wanna film. I'm so happy in my relationship. I realized how like so much of YouTube like literally made me unhappy. So coming from like the high and the happiness and just like, wow, just like feeling light and free in my normal everyday life. And then all of a sudden, like every time I go on YouTube, there's just new rumors and there's this and there's that happening and I'm harassed and it's just a lot. Normally when something or someone is in your life and it doesn't give you anything good in your life, it makes you unhappy. Usually you get rid of that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like YouTube has not been making me happy. Like we could talk more about that because one of the assumptions is YouTube related. And so I don't want to like get into like full detail right now, but it's just like the subject of YouTube is really heavy for me lately and it doesn't make me feel good. So it was easier for me to just be like, this doesn't suit me right now. This isn't suiting my happiness that I'm currently experiencing. So I don't want it in my life anymore. So it was very easy for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna take a break and take a step back.
That was a lot. Okay, maybe this isn't Amber's typical Q&A like I assumed. Bad orange. Either way, she is repeating herself from past videos, either because people aren't buying what she's selling or to convince herself. Amber does a lot of lying to herself, and how she does it is through repetition. She continues to say the same thing over and over again, but once she's ready to admit the truth, she blames her audience or twists the narrative in her own favor, making herself the victim of circumstances. When she lies like this, it's only for other people's benefit. She's protecting someone from public backlash or embarrassment, or she blames her childhood trauma for making her act like this. You'll see, eventually she'll be blaming Tom for her lies and how she only wanted to be happy. BTW, should we start calling Tom Emily? That is her real name after all. Or is that rude to not call someone what they prefer to be called? I don't know. For now I'll go with Tom.
Next assumption is Tommy is only allowing you to film in that one spot in her house, which is right here, as you guys can see. No, she gave me the freedom to film literally anywhere, but I have chosen to do it here. This is actually the dining room. This is perfect because my tripod sits on the table. I have a chair to sit on. In my opinion, it's really good lighting. Since I haven't been vlogging, I have not found a reason to film anywhere else in the house, but she said I can film anywhere.
Considering Tom has a child, I would assume some boundaries should be set for Amber not to film anywhere she wants, but obviously it's more about her being lazy. When living the gay area, she would most times be filming at the kitchen table or in her bedroom, so why would anyone be surprised this is her choice of filming location? She's probably making mukbangs between takes either way.
Next assumption is you tend to assume that most people are against you. I have my moments where I'm like, everyone loves me, I'm great. And then I have my moments where I'm like, everyone is against me and I'm fully hated. But there is a gray area. I do know that there are a large amount of people who do support me and like me and love me, just like as a person or as a YouTuber, whatever it may be. And then I do know that there is a portion of people who really strongly dislike me. So I'm able to see the gray area, but sometimes it's hard for me to find.
That's interesting. She's been talking lately about the gray area of things, but it's far too early to say whether or not she actually believes this or if it's just something she's saying to appease others and seem more balanced. We'll have to wait until something comes and test it out for her.
Next assumption, you blame everyone else for your obesity. No, like I am fully aware that my size is ultimately my fault. And yes, there are things that caused me to be this size, but it's like my fault that I haven't gotten those things fixed. Like that's in my hands. Like yes, being fat isn't like, oh my God, I chose to be this way. No, I did choose or unchoose or not choose to actually get help for the reasons why I'm fat, if that makes sense. It's no one else's fault. Something that my mom actually, for majority of my life, she struggled with was blaming herself for my weight. And I'm fully also aware of the fact of why she does that, like why she blames herself, because I had a really bad childhood and I turned to food as comfort. My mom blames herself and I'm just constantly like, Mom, this is not your fault. It's okay. So I have to like kind of talk her down from that thought. But yeah, what I choose to eat is what I choose to eat. What I choose not to eat is what I choose not to eat. My weight will never be anyone else's fault but my own.
She's again saying all the right things, but I still think this is fake. That's she doesn't actually believe what she's saying but says it to make others think she's improving and learning from her mistakes. That's the energy I'm getting from her.
Next assumption is you're engaged. No, I'm not. Next, you subconsciously are attracted to men. No, I am not attracted to men, but there are guys where you can look at them and just know like, oh, that's an attractive guy. In the same way of like a gay man can look at a girl and be like, oh, that's an attractive girl. Or like a straight female can look at another straight female and be like, oh, that's an attractive female. Like there's a spectrum. Like there is a difference between being attracted to someone, but knowing that someone is attractive. Even as a lesbian, I can look at another woman and be like, oh, she's really pretty, but that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to her. I'm fully lesbian, so that's that.
Good to know she's not engaged, but this whole speculation on her sexuality is getting really old for me. I'm not going to say if I think she's a lesbian or bi or pan or straight, cause that's really nobody's business except for her. Now let me go back and speculate everything else in her life.
You weighed over 600 pounds at one point and don't want to admit it. I have never seen 600 pounds on the scale. You guys know. We can all say it together. My highest weight was 572.4. And that's like my highest weight that I like physically saw myself. But I'm telling you, I go back and look at older videos and I looked so much bigger than I do now. Like I'm fully aware that I am really, really large and in charge, but that was weird. I'm fully aware that I am very big, but like I used to be bigger and that's obvious. And I look back at that and I'm like, whoa, like I had to have been bigger. It just, I don't know. It's not making sense. I've always been honest about my weight. So if I was ever bigger than 572.4 and I knew it, you guys would know too.
But she hasn't always been honest about her weight, and her claims of honesty really don't mean much when all she ever does is lie. I believe she has been, if not over 600 pounds, then at least she's been very close to being 600 pounds. She has lost a lot of weight now, but if she continues being with Tom, she's going to break the scale one day.
Next assumption is your body hurts all of the time. Honestly, no. And I think it's just because like I'm used to the uncomfortability, if that's a word, of my size because it's like my normal baseline. But I will say, because Tommy has lots of stairs in her home and I be using them daily, I am up and down them stairs easily at least 15 times a day because it's like she has multiple floors. Everything is on a different floor. So my knees, I'm not gonna lie, have been hurting so bad. And it's just because it's like my body is not used to stairs. I have not had to use stairs like that daily, multiple times a day. I don't think ever in my life. When I lived in Virginia, I had to, but that was like 8 years ago and I was a lot smaller then, a lot younger then, a lot more stamina was there. My knee muscles, they be hurting, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some days I'm like, oh my God, it hurts to just stand. But I think I just have to build on those muscles and that's okay. That's mainly the pain that I've been feeling. But I think there is like an uncomfortability that I have to my body that I am just used to that I can tell goes away when I lose large chunks of weight. Large chunks of weight. Does that make sense? I can tell there's a certain uncomfortability that does go away when I lose a large chunk of weight because I feel it. And then when I feel it, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize like that was an issue or that was a problem or that was uncomfortable at the time because you get so used to it. It's like a baseline type of thing.
Going up and down the stairs 15 times a day is good, but wasn't she doing that with Feline? Either way, it's good that she's moving her body, but for to be so used to her body aching or feeling uncomfortable is scary. It's a thing 100%. People get used to their bodies feeling the way it does. This just makes me believe she's not getting the motivation to lose weight, at least from her body. I don't think she has any valid reason to be losing weight actually anymore. Her body aching doesn't make her want to lose weight. Her having cancer didn't make her want to lose weight. Tom doesn't want her to lose weight. She believes she's good looking already, so even that doesn't motivate her. I doubt she believes to die young. She even living longer doesn't motivate her. What is there to motivate her weight loss? Nothing.
You're a pillow princess. I actually am definitely a switch. I love to give just as much as I love to receive. But if I had to choose, if someone literally was like, you have to choose for the rest of your life, I would be a giver. So no, not a pillow princess.
EWW.
You think you look smaller than you actually are? Yes, sometimes. I think I really do struggle with body image problems, obviously, like body dysmorphia. I don't realize how big I am until like I see a certain angle of like a photo taken of me or a video taken of me and I see it and I'm like, whoa, like, because I don't realize it like at all. Like I'm sitting here and I only see like parts of my body. I never really see myself in certain sort of like everyday angles unless someone's like taking a picture or a video or something, and I don't mind that. But it doesn't take away the fact that I literally am like jaw to the floor when I see how big I am. I definitely have some sort of like body dysmorphia when it comes to that. And I've been very open about that over the years because I've always struggled with like truly not realizing how big I am. And it's frustrating because it's like if I processed like in my brain how big I was, I think maybe it would be easier for me to like stick to a diet and actually stick to a weight loss plan. But body dysmorphia is one of those things where it's like your brain absolutely plays tricks on you. And I also think a big thing is like I've been big my whole life. I've always been big. 11, I was 290. I reached 420 at the age of 16. Like I've always been massive. So it's like what I'm used to. I've always looked in the mirror and seen my body. Like I don't like what I see by no means, but I'm used to it. So maybe it's like I'm almost like blind to it in a way.
I believe her on this one. It must be difficult to imagine a life and a body where she isn't morbidly obese. Again, I don't think she has the motivation to lose weight anymore.
You're having problems with your mom. No, not at all. Again, it's just like the rumors are crazy. A lot of people think me and my mom aren't speaking. My mom's mad at me. No, nothing like that. Like me and my mom talk all the time. I do miss my mom and I know she misses me and we make sure to tell each other all the time, but like there is nothing going on with me and my mom. Like those rumors completely false.
Glad to hear that. I would hate fighting with my mum and have the public speculate what the argument would be about. Families have tiffs and sometimes arguing goes further than it should, but people also make up after fighting. There could have been an issue between her and her mum, but maybe they resolve things and everything is good again. We'll never know and I'm glad we won't.
Next assumption is you feel like you can't win with the haters. Yes, their mind is made up and there's no changing it. Even with proof, sometimes even with receipts, there is no changing the mind of a hater.
Exactly. So stop wasting your energy with trying to convince people they need to love you and instead focus on those who do.
You're one of the many women who had BPD misdiagnosed as bipolar. Yes. Next assumption is you lack discipline. I do.
No, you wanted to have bipolar cause Beck had it. Now you claim to have BPD cause Alexis has it. In both cases it suited your narrative of having something blame for actions on, and as soon as something better comes along you'll go with that. You're already changing your BPD symptoms to depression and are fully ignoring your CPTSD diagnosis as you don't know how to leverage that against people yet. And her lacking discipline, 100%. So what, is that the cause of ADHD now? Or what are we going to blame that on?
Next assumption is you bailed your urologist appointment. No, I did not. When I did have that appointment and when all of that kidney stuff was happening, since it's a unobstructing or non-obstructing kidney stone, means it's not traveling. It's like in my kidney and it's chilling. So they said that if I stopped having symptoms completely for weeks, then there was no reason to go to a urologist because there was nothing they could really do about it, because a lot of people have non-obstructing kidney stones and they don't even know it. And I haven't had symptoms in easily 2 months plus.
The rumor has it she was trying to make either Erica or Tom think her cancer had come back and have them reach out to her for sympathy. I don't know about kidney stones, but if you have a 6mm stone causing you to have blood in your urine and have cancer type symptoms and it suddenly magically goes away, I would be suspicious. Why is that? I wouldn't just be nonchalant and continuing as everything's good, but then again, I'm no Dr. Lin. Next several questions were absolutely not interesting whatsoever, so we're going to skip them over. Her not being able to go to a concert, people overreacting to her having threesomes, nonsense. Why would anyone ask her those questions?
Next assumption is you're quick to forgive people. Yes, I forgive and forgive and forgive. That's just like what I've done in my life. And a lot of people always ask like, Amberlynn, the reaction channels are like horrible towards you. Like, why do you try to message them and be friendly? Like, I remember, what was it? Zachary Michael was going through something like with his health and I messaged him. I like related to him and I was like, I know it feels like it's scary to have like health issues happen and like you don't know what's wrong, and I just know it's scary, and I felt empathy and I felt sympathy towards him for that because I relate and it's scary, and I could sense and see and feel in his video when he was talking about it like he was worried. So the person that I am, like I felt compelled to message him. I never mentioned publicly that I did that. I don't mention publicly when I message anyone, any YouTuber. You wouldn't believe some of the YouTubers I have spoken to who have even messaged me first. But I don't sit here and be like, yeah, this person messaged me and I messaged this person and we speak. Like, I don't do that, but reaction channels love to like, when I message them, oh, they say something. So Zachary Michael mentioned that I messaged him that, and people came to me. Opinions are so back and forth. Like there's like a chunk of people who are like, ew, Amberlynn, that is so gross. Like don't message him. Like he wants nothing to do with you. Like, but then there's like another chunk of people who are like, why do you message him? Like he has done wrong. Like he has a whole channel just like making fun of you. Da da da. I just don't. After a while, someone doesn't even have to apologize to me. I'll accept an apology that wasn't even given. I'm not saying he needs to apologize to me. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to like give an example and show the gravity of like, people can like say bad things about me all day long. And for some reason, I still have like this part of me that like cares and is always up for a forgiveness moment. Like, I don't know. That says more about me, really, that I just kind of let people walk all over me. I don't know. I've always had that like issue type thing where I don't want to like have things just like be negative and prolonged. Like if I get in an argument with someone, like say a friend or whatever it may be, a partner, a family member, it doesn't matter. Like I don't like arguments that last forever. Like if an argument's arising, like let's fix it right then and there. Like, let's fix it, say our apologies, and like move on. I'm very much that person. Like, I really am like, I come in peace type of girly pop, and I know a lot of people don't want to view me as that person, but that's literally me.
I can relate to that. I too feel like others can say and do awful things to me and never apologize, but I'll just end up forgiving them anyways until finally I won't, and after that there's no going back. I don't view this as a good quality, and in fact it's something I'm actively trying to change, like growing a backbone. But I always try to find the reason for someone's bad behavior and forgive in order to keep the peace. I'm very much a people pleaser and easy to walk over, but I'm getting better at it, and as a result have managed to cut many toxic people out of my life successfully. Back to Amber, I wonder why she would do this. I believe someone has claimed it's her way of trying to manipulate people to be nice to her. J-Star and Shane D have done the same before with reaction channels, but could she maybe be showing empathy? As in, true empathy? I don't know. What I do know is every time I feel similarities with me and Amber, it freaks me out and I find myself questioning my actions 50 times over. Maybe I'm a narcissist as well. Maybe I'm fake forgiving and do it to gain control over others. Maybe I'm going to be 500 pounds one day too. Og.
Twinkie is with Mama Lynn. No, Twinkie is without a doubt here. And a lot of you are like, how come you're not like vlogging her? Because I'm not vlogging. Like, I'm literally not vlogging. All I'm showing is like me chilling. I haven't vlogged anything. I haven't even vlogged, like, who knows? Maybe here down is actually missing, you know? So it's like, just because you don't show something in a video doesn't mean it's not happening. Like, that's the thing that's like so, like that's probably one of the most frustrating things about being a YouTuber, like easily top 5, is like if people don't see my animals, or if they don't see me trying to work on my weight loss, or if they don't see me, I don't know, donating to like charities, it means those things aren't happening. That's not the case. But then what's really crazy is like people can assume the worst though. Y'all don't see me and my mom fighting with each other, but you guys are definitely assuming we are. So it's like, it'll always be like that. People will always assume the worst, and that's that. Like, that is literally the end of it.
Yet she doesn't show Twinkie. How easy it would be for her to prove people wrong by just showing her a small little peek. I get it. She shows Twinkie and next thing she'll be having to prove everything else as well. She's creating a boundary with her audience, which is good inherently. I will applaud her for that. But why can't she just show her animals a bit? I would want to see them.
Next assumption is you don't want to lose weight anymore. I definitely do, yes.
Doubt.
I assume you're tired of YouTube and making videos. So this kind of goes into like what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, if you guys are even still here. Wow. YouTube for me, I love pretty much everything about it. I love thinking of video ideas. I love vlogging. I love talking. I love sharing with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I've made friends with you guys. I see you guys in public and you guys are sweet and you guys are amazing. Like, this is my job. This puts a roof over my head and I'm so grateful, like beyond grateful for you guys. And it has changed my life for the better. But there's a big but. There is a heavy side of YouTube. Look at this tail. Look at this beautiful tail.
A cat. At least one of them is there. Okay, back to the point.
There is a heavy side of YouTube that I don't want to be a part of. That's the side that I don't like. That's the side that I don't enjoy. That's the side that makes me, it makes me depressed. It makes me sad. I feel like I've been abused so much online that I just don't even recognize who I am as a YouTuber anymore, because it has completely shaped the way that I am. It has shaped me completely. I feel like I can't be fun. I can't be bubbly on here. I can't share super happy and exciting things on here anymore. Like, I can't do that because I feel like I can't show that side of me, because it's like in the back of my brain, I'm constantly thinking about the bad parts of YouTube instead of just the good. I have thought of the good for so long and for so many years. And it's like now getting to the point where it's like the bad is outweighing the good big time. And I'm trying to figure out in private and alone, what do I do to fix that? What do I need to do? And I can't figure it out because I'm only in control of myself. I'm not in control of everyone else. So no matter what I say and no matter what I do, there are thousands of people watching me that only view me as one thing, a villain, that only view me in one way, a narcissist, who only view this channel in one way, a drama way. I'm not a drama channel. I am a human. I am an actual human with feelings. I go through things privately, and I also share some things publicly.
Here we go. The hate is our gain, not her fault. It's the audience's fault. It's the drama channels, the reaction channels. It's everybody else's fault but her own. See, I told you she doesn't actually believe what she says. She wants us to believe she does so that her manipulation would work better. Example, you call someone out for mistreating you, they call you names, make you feel bad, and you're done and are asking them to stop hurting you. They tell you made them feel bad for saying this. You are just as bad as they are. You have to apologize to them and make it better, otherwise you are a hypocrite. That's what she's doing. She's twisting the narrative so much that a decent person starts to feel they are the problem after all. You are preventing her from enjoying her life for calling her out when you do. That makes you bad. But at the same time she wants you to ignore how she hurts others. Amber hasn't changed at all, but she has become more manipulative and secretive with her abuse. Before she was loud and open with it, but when people started to call her out she learned to do it without others seeing. She's finally learned not to put everything online, and now she can't understand why people want her to pay for her actions. Gaslighting at its finest.
Okay guys, so I know for a fact in editing, I probably just edited out the last 5 minutes. I started literally rambling, so we're gonna take a step back. What I'm trying to say is, like, I enjoy the good parts of YouTube just as anyone should. Like, anyone should enjoy and love the good parts of life. But if there's something or someone that is just like every day beating at you and belittling you and questioning and speculating and bullying and rumors and just like mean things, like whether it's nicknames or talking about your body or the way that you are, the way that you talk, your mental illness, your this and that, like every day, you're not gonna want that in your life anymore. And I know a lot of people can be like, okay, quit, and quit. I think Hungry Fat Chick and I, we kind of understand each other. Her job is also YouTube, but she does mukbangs. So she decided to quit the mukbangs and move on to weight loss. And she was doing so good with her weight loss, but she was losing views, which means she was losing money. And she was very vocal about that. So she had to go back to the mukbangs. And that's not what she wanted to do. You could tell, like, she felt defeated. And there comes a time where anyone can choose a job, they do it, and that's what they're relying on. Like, they have to go to work. In the same way that Hungry Fat Chick had to continue making those mukbangs to make a buck, to be able to pay for the roof over her head and to take care of herself, I also have to do the same. Like, I need to continue making YouTube videos. I don't want to give up. I don't want to walk away. Like, YouTube has been a constant for me for 11 years. But sometimes I need a break. And sometimes that break is long. And people start questioning, well, that means you don't care about us. That's not true. That means I just care about myself too. I also get the assumption of like, what are you gonna do? You have no money. How are you making money? I pay my bills. That's ultimately up to me, but just know that I'm very responsible. If I have a bill, that is paid on time. Sometimes even earlier. You guys don't have to worry about that, but like when I need a break from YouTube, that really means that I need a break from YouTube because I love making videos. Maybe I am a narcissist. Maybe I do love to hear myself talk. Regardless, I love doing it. And I love being there for so many of you. So when I'm not around, just know that there's a reason. And the reason 9 times out of 10, YouTube is affecting my mental health. I don't like to admit it out loud because I take pride. I take pride in my channel. I know a lot of people probably don't realize that, but I do. I have over 200,000 subscribers. Like, I can't believe it. I am able to live because of this channel. And to me, that is awesome. Like, regardless of how it happened, and I know there's so many people rooting for me right now. Like, it makes me emotional and I appreciate it. But there's a heavy side of this channel that gets to me.
Her fake tears sicken me. This whole thing was a ramble and she's throwing things, hoping anything will stick. If YouTube is all those things to her, bullying, mistreatment, rumors, why does she keep engaging with it then? Just post your video and click off. If Whitey is just a job for her today, then just clock in when you have to and clock out when the work is done. And for her to act helpless as if Whitey is the only job she can have, shut up. She could have made so many different choices in life with Whitey as she wanted to, but chose to spend all her extra income on useless stuff and takeout. She could have educated herself, start a business, make savings. Her current situation is her own doing. Her being trapped with Whitey is her own fault. Also, bringing HFC into this conversation is very low of her. Candy is not someone I'm super familiar with, but for the most part she seems nice and harmless. Someone who has had a tough life but still tries to keep going the best she can. Also, Candy doesn't have to do mukbangs, just wait for her audience to rejuvenate and go from there. It might take time, but that's how Whitey works. Amber, Candy's circumstances are not for you to gain sympathy. You are the reason why your life is what it is today. Nobody else is at fault.
A lot of people are like, Tommy's making her unhappy. No, she's doing the opposite. She's making me happy. It's YouTube that's making me unhappy. So I'm needing to figure it out.
Sure she is. You seem so happy with her. Super happy. We're all just jelly over here.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop rambling about that. I hope that lands in the right people's hearts. I know that not everyone listening to me right now cares about me. They like to act like they do, but they don't. All right, we need to do a hard stop in that conversation. I literally feel like that could be a whole separate video. But it also brings me to my next assumption, where it was you're still really depressed. No, I'm finally getting out of it, so yay.
She just admitted she's trying to influence other people to lay off her back. She's using specific words and trigger to do so, hoping something will land. I'm baffled by this behavior, but also, her getting out of her depression already? Girl, you know it's not seasonal depression if you're already getting out of it. Just admit it. Something happened with you and TomTom that got you acting out, and now she said something nice to you to make it all better again. Seasonal depression? She can't believe people are that stupid.
Next one is you have to sit in 2 chairs. So this one's funny because it's, again, another rumor, because you guys saw me sitting here and then you saw this chair. I'm sitting at a dining room table. So I was like sitting like this, I think. And you guys were like, she's sitting on 2 chairs. Literally, no, I'm not gonna move at all. Show you guys. This is just a separate chair. It just happens to be sitting right next to me. See, I'm on 1 chair.
Her boot is literally hanging over the chair. Here's the thing. Why is she choosing to prove this rumor false, but the one about Twinkie she doesn't? This is so stupid. This is idiotic. Madness, I tell you. Things that take priority in this woman's life. I can't.
I'm currently sitting on a blanket because these chairs are hard on my booty. I need to get a cushion or something. But literally, no. It's just because it's a dining room table, so there's 2 chairs. Anyways, this video is long enough. Literally, it's almost 40 minutes, so I'm gonna have to edit out like a lot. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this video though, and I'll see you next one. Bye.
She's really hitting hard with her mental illness talk, isn't she? This is the 3rd video now that she's posted where the main focus has been trying to get people off her back and show sympathy towards her by telling us how she's struggling with things and how her quality of life is suffering as people aren't letting go of her past. But that's the thing. It's not her past people aren't willing to let go of, but her present. She's still acting exactly the same as she has 11 years ago. Her behavior from just this year has been disgusting and worth mentioning and discussing. She just wants to live her life without consequences, but the only people who have that luxury are infants and babies, not adults. Another video where nothing happened, nothing was revealed, a whole lot of nothing. Sure, with TomTom busy with work, it's surely difficult for them to just up and go places after she must be tired. But what about Alexis? Why doesn't Amber hang out with her and do stuff together? Are they even friends still, or was the peacemaking just to have her take down all her videos and for Amber to gain a leverage on her? One can wonder. If next week Amber posts another sit-down video with nothing in it, I doubt her audience is going to stick by her anymore. There's also been some more rumors about TomTom being an awful human being even before last spring, and you can go watch either George's or Salty Crab's videos on that. It was interesting information, but how much of it was actually true is difficult to say. Sometimes people are just looking for a way to ruin your life for anything. Not saying this person is lying, just pointing out we don't have actual proof of events, just someone telling things happened. But more importantly, where's the cliffhanger reveal? What was that great thing she was going to share with us? BS, absolute BS. Well, maybe next time she'll tell us what's going on.
Thanks for watching.